What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Today is the day, y'all. Lost Omens, the Mwangi Expanse has hit the shelves, and we're here to talk all about it because it's like the coolest book I've ever read. I could literally sit here in the intro and ramble about everything I'm about to say all over again that I recorded like a week ago. That's how excited I am about this book, but I don't want to jump the proverbial crossbow. Paizo, as always, thank you so much for the advanced copy so I could dig into this enormous lore dive worth of books, all condensed into one. As for y'all, remember to like, subscribe, and ding the bell. Stay caught up on all your stuff. Now, let's hit it. Okie doke. Lost Omens, the Mwangi Expanse. Where exactly do I begin with you? I have to say, even after flipping through this book a couple times, I do not know where I want to begin because this book is so freaking enormous. It sort of feels to me like we took 3 or 4 of the small paperback printings that you can get at game stores for like $9 used now, put them all into one big, enormous, I can't even say lore dump, a big, enormous everything dump with a critical eye on a region of Golarion that has never really been explored to any real amount of detail. For the first time, this region feels like it's come to life to me, which is pretty cool considering when we take the Mwangi Expanse and then superimpose it over anywhere in Avestan, it covers nations, which we definitely tongue-in-cheek at as you flip through the very beginning. This book is a guide that many people of Golarion may never have the privilege of accessing, and that a group of adventurers would be blessed to access to while this book hasn't always been with us, aka while this lore hasn't always been put together. Golarion has always had the Mwangi Expanse, and there is no better, more colorful place to get lost. Holy God, they're not wrong. This book has everything from a timeline of the region to an entire section devoted not to just the new ancestries, which I'm very excited for, but everybody else who lives out here. The various human ethnicities you'll encounter, as well as non-human core races who also live here and have developed entirely different cultures. An ethnic group of orcs known as the Mwangi, still known as violent warriors, not because we've stereotyped them as that thing coming over the mountains raiding our villages. No, look at this. Look at these two just going to town on this rock. On top of that, indeed, so many new ancestries. The Anadi, who my polyamorous ass has been very excited for a very long time, given that it's literally just part of this species' culture to do the thing I find natural. An abstract chunk of spiritual essence with a body of living wood, which helps it navigate the world known as a Konrasu. Maybe these are from the days of the Jiska Imperium. Maybe this is an advanced evolved creature. Maybe this is some kind of something else. I don't know, but it's unique as hell. Also, did you know that gnolls, that's not their name. That's the name that people gave them. The gnolls refer to themselves as Kolo. It's the catfolk Amuran, Iruxi lizard folk all over again. Y'all have heard me complain about how this species and other monster races didn't get as much stuff. Would you believe me if I told you the ability boosts for the Kolo were strength and intelligence? Int. The thing that's this bestial humanoid that we've associated with being a spawn of Lamashtu, eating people and taking slaves, have an entirely different mess of lore. I don't know why Necril is on the lists of languages they can choose innately, but that's terrifying. You know what's not terrifying? The fact that they can be small. Look at this little guy. Whoa, don't you want to just get stabbed by the spear that they're wielding? Of course you do. Next, a multi-eyed humanoid species that believes all 2-eyed creatures are predator creatures and their prey creatures, the Golema. Of course, the Gripply, because if we didn't have anthropomorphic frogs, where would we be in life? And the Shisk, hollow-boned humanoids with no body hair, but instead vestigial plumage, which grows as quills. I have to say, I've been over it over and over again across many videos. There's been a lot of times where I've been like, on planet Earth, this is that. Here on Golarion, it's this. This book being put out, the amount of effort and quality put into the Mwangi Expanse is exposing me to a bunch of things that I've never looked at before, just because that's how fantasy has been, right? I'm very excited to deep dive into the Shisk, into the Golema, into all of it. God, speaking of God, I did not mean to do that segue. 12 deities Only a couple of them reprints, like Angazon has been with us for a while, Grandmother Spider, of course, but brand new hotness up to and including Adanye, the deity responsible for turning the great beasts that guarded early Galarian and its peoples from all of the horrors of the outside into the Amurin, because I've been waiting for that 5 ever. Y'all know what it is. To a threefold sun aspect, to a living undead ruler of a city who casually woke up in unlife when the Chelish were going to invade his city and did as you do, nuke them, and then establish a horrible, terrible, tyrannical reign within the city of Imzali. Oh, speaking of those cities, the lore dump continues with a bunch of cities, a bunch of new cultures, new history. Perfectly good reason for Tommy to break out the inner C2 once again, because there's just so much. And a bestiary. Also, there's a bestiary. We haven't talked about how there's a bestiary. You see why I don't know where to begin with this gigantic thing? So here's what's up. Here's what we're going to do. I've talked to the patrons. If you are a patron of the channel and you're not down, let me know. Holler at me and we'll figure something out. Because after all, it is y'all who help me keep the lights on. I really want to dive into this. Pathfinder and Galarian feel brand freaking new once again to me with the printing of this book, and I've been playing in Paizo's universes since like 2013. I miss doing lore videos. I miss deep diving and analyzing and talking about the stories we can make here. So we're going to do that for a little while. We're going to put the character optimization on the shelf. We'll come back to it when I burn through this. I can't put out the videos I did in the early days and also run a billion games and also research builds and so on and so forth. Because again, there's so much. I'm going to say it once again real quick. Paizo, thank you so much for this book in advance because God, I need it. I've talked about this enough. Lost Omens Mwangi Expanse, 10 out of 10. Get out, buy it right now. And if you excuse me, I need to deep dive. What do y'all want to hear about in this book first? Please, in the comments, let me know. I need some vague sense of direction to navigate this thing. Till then, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Nope, wait, JK, I lied. We're not done. I forgot the most important part of this book. One little sidebar at the very beginning. Exciting, not exotic. The Mwangi Expanse and its people, its places, its flora, fauna, and land are largely not new. People have thrived in this space for eons before your adventuring party will. They will continue to after. As creators, players, and game masters, we visit someone's home, not simply a backdrop. The experiences that player characters have and non-player characters express in this part of the world, like any other, will almost certainly be strange, but what is new to us outside of the game has been long a part of Galarian in the fiction. The Mwangi Expanse has always been home to someone, and we, the people outside of Galarian's fiction, you and me, are the aliens getting to know the place together, like anywhere else in the world. Treat the homes of others well, even when those other people are your own characters. The fictions we paint in their spaces reflect and pull from real people and places, and your exotic is someone else's existence.